Hey, how's it going everyone? It's SakaeCFV here. This is going to be kind of like a discussion video. It'll be rather short this time. Between the two really scary units in the Legion format, I feel. These aren't restanding vanguards, so like, you know, they're kind of a different level of scary compared to Abyss and Singsaver that restand. These guys, they restrict certain guards, right? So they are very scary. Because with Singsaver or with Abyss, you can no guard and they won't hit you for an extra crit, and then when they restand, you can perfect guard it. These guys, it's almost like they hit you twice in one go. It's like, what the fuck? And then you can't perfect guard. Holy shit. But the main topic of this video will be the discussion between which one is not necessarily better, because every deck is good, but which one poses more of a threat, like an immediate threat. And let's get started with, we'll go with Glare first, right? Now, Glare is really good because you can abuse his Counterblast 1 for the plus crit multiple times in one turn. You can get it off quite a lot, and you can literally get them from 1 damage to 6 without revealing a freaking critical. Like, it's insane. But of course, it's a very, very costly effect to pull off. Like, it's not something you do very often, right? Another thing is, if you don't have a right setup, it's going to cost you 2 Counterblast every single turn to pull off his +1 critical and his glory effect. 2 Counterblasts. So if you think about it that way, you have to be at 4 damage to pull it off 2 turns. Without unflipping, of course. A lot of people try to tech in unflippers, they don't work. They sometimes work. It's a very, very hard thing to pull off. And this deck kind of tries to run off consistency, and something inconsistent like running 2 Blaster Blades and 2 Unflippers, that just doesn't work, right? So yeah, try and set up your field so that you don't have to use this second skill. A lot of people emphasize the second skill, and I'm just like, you can, if you don't use this skill, you can use this skill 4 times, right? Yeah. And then moving on to Yggdrasil, Soul Blast 6. That is really, really ridiculously easy to get off. And then, as I mentioned in my deck profile, the Soul Blast 6 actually helps you hit extremely high numbers that they cannot literally guard against. We're talking about like 50, 60, 70,000 damage. Yeah, that's really hard. If they guard with only 10k shields against 50,000 damage Yggdrasil attack, we're talking about 4 grade 0s for a 1 to pass on Yggdrasil. That's 5 grade 0s, 5 cards in order to do a no pass on Yggdrasil. And yeah, that is a force to be reckoned with. If we compare that to Glare, Glare unboosted will only hit a base of 20. So no matter if they get off this skill a 20, right? That's 1 card for 1 grade 0 for 1 to pass. It's I don't know, like it's good, but like you're not hitting numbers. Even if you call something behind it, like a 7k booster, that's 27. That's now 2 grade 0s for a 1 to pass. Normally when you guard Vanguard anyways, you're going to guard with grade 0s. So, and if it's unboosted, you're ditching 2 cards for no pass. If you didn't use the effect, like say you didn't use the effect, they're going to perfect guard it with 2 cards anyways. So they're ditching 2 cards, or they're ditching 2 cards. If you boost it, they're ditching 3 or they're ditching 2. It's not too much of a difference. A lot of people can't guard against it because they just play really dumb and they ditch all of their grade 0s really early. That's their fault. But this should not be that difficult to guard against. The only way this hits really high numbers is if they put a Bruno behind it, and then they call like 4, 5, 6 times. That's the only time when this gets really comparable to this. If they put Bruno behind this, it's a 27. They call once, it's a 30. They call twice, it's 33. They call 4 times, it's still only 39. 39. This hits for a base of 30 every single time before the Soul Blasting. And then for every Norn you Soul Blast, you get +5. For every Prey Angel you call, you get +5. The starter gives you +5. This hits 50 consistently compared to this, which takes a lot of resources to hit anything higher than, say, 35, 36, right? That's the main difference. Second difference, again, this is kind of hard to pull off. This is not. This is extremely easy to pull off. You can just keep on going at it and pull it off 5, 6. You can keep going on and on and on. Just keep soul blasting, and you kind of win games like this. It's hard. I just can't say it's easy. It's hard. You have to ditch a name specific card, which is a grade 3. All of the grade 3 should be bluish, so you have to ditch a name specific card. You have to counter blast 1, and it also has to be when a unit is called from your deck, right? Not saying that this is impossible or it's really hard to get off. It's relatively easy with all the support, but again, this is it's a little bit harder to pull off in this. Now let's talk about the deck that they belong in. Regalia and Liberators, basically. We'll start with Glare, since we started with Glare. The deck itself, the support around this card is really, really neat, because a lot of things can call stuff for free, and you can fill up your field relatively easy and start putting in that early pressure, like the very early pressure, for free, practically free. It's really good because they have to start burning cards early, so the cards that they burn early make up for the power that this lacks when it's swinging for say 30,000 damage or 27,000 damage. All of the early game pressure from your entire full field makes up for the lack of damage, right? Compared to Regalia, this deck doesn't have a lot of pressure. You have to commit a lot from your hand in order to put in that early pressure. But if you put in that early pressure, you lose out on a lot of skills from the cards that you use, and you won't be able to abuse her effect as often, right? The only thing is, like, the Regalias have been known to sit on Vanguard and just win on one column, so it hasn't been too much of an issue winning on one column. But again, Glare, just the Liberator deck works better in unison as one to burn the entire hand before he starts using his stupid skill, right? Compared to Yggdrasil, which in one turn can burn an entire hand of up to 7 cards just in one attack, right? It just depends on your playstyle. If you want to just slowly burn their hand and like make it diminish before you swing for the final attack, or you just want to fucking like just kill him, right? Which is funny because, like, it's a dragon, so this one should be the one that kills you really fast, and this one should be the one that I don't know, whatever. What am I talking about now? But yeah, that's kind of a comparison between the two decks and the two boss units. Of course, there is everything else, right? So between the secondary boss unit from Prominence Claire, you have Percival or Core. Everyone uses Percival because he can give you a free unit when legioning. The secondary boss units from Yggdrasil are Minerva or Angelica. The Break Ride, always super nice because you can just refill your hand and then you have a lot more options. And then Minerva, because she restands and says fuck you. Yeah. Have you ever fought against Minerva in this new deck? with all this new support where she swings at you for after break ride, she swings for you at like 36,000 damage or 38,000 damage, and then she restands for 58. Like, it's just, what the fuck, man. It's not fun. Yeah, these are the two decks and the two main boss things. I said this video wasn't gonna be long, but it ended up being like 11 minutes. There's just so much to talk about when comparing these two, right? You know, it kind of gets a little bit lengthy, but there's still a lot to talk about, and there's still a lot of stuff up for debate. And I really do love hearing about all of these different things, a lot of different opinions, a lot of different views from everyone regarding these two, because these two are really similar, but at the same time they're very different, and I love both of their playstyles. They're just really good, and I like to hear about things. So if you guys have anything to contribute to the conversation, to the debate, you can comment down in the video comment section, or come to the Reddit thread. A lot of intelligent discussions going on there. Definitely come and check it out. Like, yeah, it's a great community. But yeah, everything will be in the description. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.